You're listening to the Pelicans Postgame Report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. Ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. Stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, bunch of train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly die, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever.
All right, shout out to the fam, man. Much love to the fam. Appreciate y'all for being in this installment of the Pelican Postgame Report for all things Pels. We up in this thing. Shout out to the fam. Appreciate y'all for being in the stream. And yet again, the Pelicans lose another one, fam. They go down again, 131 to 122 as DC's cooking.
We snatched defeat from the jaws of victory, Q.
We definitely.
I told you. I told you.
But hold on, DC. You're not going to get up in here with that I told you nonsense. You talked about that. You told me that there wouldn't even be a chance. You might as well not even play the game.
And I said if there's the 2% chance that there is a chance, Willie Green will make sure that we snatch defeat from the jaws of victory.
All right, so here we go. Pelican Postgame Report for all things Pelicans. Big Q, DC, Lex, we're in this thing. Shout out to all y'all. Appreciate y'all being in the stream. The Pelicans lose again, and they fall to 3-6, 2-3.
You gotta love them sets down the stretch, huh? They ran a lot of good sets down the stretch.
Oh my goodness! What's before we even talk about that? What's going on with
the offense? I know that's Lex ready to.
I need some help. I need some help on the defense here. I need to figure out what we got going on with this defense.
We ain't got nothing going. We don't have no type of identity. We don't know what we want to do, bro. It's just hodgepodge out there.
Why is everything so disjointed when it comes?
Because we're just playing off of talent. There ain't no plan.
Say that again for the people in the back.
We just playing off of talent. There ain't no plan. You know what the plan is? Play with pace. Oh, coach, I'm tired. Run some more. No plays, no strategy. Just, play with pace.
If you don't have a plan
enjoy
or imagination, plays and stuff, at least when you're down 6 points, you have momentum. You got to call audible. Keep the guy in who's playing with violence and trying to win a game. Like, are you high? Dog, if the man says he can play and he's showing that he's playing and he's helping leading the charge to come back to win the game, why in God's name did you take him out?
I want to get hurt.
He's on a minute restriction.
But if you sit down, okay, if you sit down, why would you want to sit a guy down to tighten up the hamstring? Wouldn't you want to keep it loose? To keep it loose, what do you got to do? You got to move.
Yeah, but then he can get hurt while he's moving.
Right, we don't want to move him into injury.
He will tell you if he needs to come out. You were down 6 points. You kept them from scoring. What are we trying to do? What are we trying to do, y'all? Are we trying to win?
We trying not to get Zion hurt.
But the thing is, he came back.
Since
And
he's a
we
good
saw
athlete.
the way he was playing. Read the flow of the game. Read the vibe. Did you all see him diving? He dove
Yeah.
on the floor.
He was trying to win.
Yes. Did you see him? He was throwing his body around, getting deflections. The Cavs were fumbling. Like, if a guy's doing that, why are you taking him out the game? Why are you taking? Apparently, he's feeling good. Okay, like he's gonna be smart. He knows that he was already having some tightness. He went back in the second quarter. It's like things like this is like, dog, come on, man. Come on. What are you doing? What are you trying to do? Zion chose violence today, man. Did y'all see his activity?
Yeah, he was very active.
We
Very
needed
busy.
that.
He single-handedly changed the game.
Exactly.
Man. He stole all the momentum, and
Yeah, he was
Willie killed the momentum. That's
big
what he
man in
does.
foul trouble. He
Had him
got them
bleed. He had him bleeding out there, Lex.
and you took him out.
He was
then.
drawing blood.
You called a
And you stepped
timeout.
on your boy face.
You called a timeout at
Mhm.
the 5-minute mark, right? Like
Mhm.
5:42. I'm like, man, he needs
They
to bring him
still
back
had their
at
starters in.
timeout.
They still had their starters in too, I think.
He needed to put him back in at that timeout. He didn't. You know what when he brought him in? A minute later. A little bit over a minute. And I'm like, golly, that would have been an extra minute that we could have got more traction to tie up the game. Alvarado was hot.
Mhm.
So you have, okay, Zion attack. Alvarado move, shift to where Zion's moving. Get into that open space to knock down the three. You have to understand what's working, what's hot.
That the New Orleans Saints use the next.
You could have won. You could have won. You were down 6 and you had all the momentum. And you took out the one guy who was leading the charge. He was leading the charge.
Mhm.
Man, I mean, I was like, man, 6 points? That's 2 threes, guys. That's 2 threes. And then the way Zion was going in, he was getting and ones.
Mhm.
And look, free throws. Big Q. What was Zion doing at the free throw line?
He was good. He was 11 for what, 13?
Mhm.
I mean, you can't feel that. You don't feel the flow and the vibe. You don't feel that.
No.
You have to go with that, man.
I thought we were going to make a run. We just, you know what, when it came down to the come down, we couldn't make enough stops. It wasn't enough stops. Too many defensive breakdowns. Too many guys not knowing where they're supposed to be. People not communicating.
And
properly.
horrible rotations. Because
Yeah,
another
Not
one,
only that, but the
Messi-
spacing and some of the spacing was bad on some of those plays.
it was.
and no play calling. It's like, dude,
Well, we already knew that was going to
every guys were
We see.
standing around. I'm like, guys, you know what? I saw this, man. Zion had the ball at the top, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like guys could not get open. They couldn't get open. It's like Zion didn't want to play one-on-one. I think he was calling for screens, some type of movement. It's like, guys, come on. Like, we need more stuff. But that's the coach's job. Call a timeout and get the guys, run a play. Run a play, man. Run a play to get these guys to get something going. But really, I saw it. Zion needed Zion to pass it to. Because Green came up and then he rescinded off. And I'm like, man, if Zion was down low, he would have came up to the free throw line. Give him a pass, square up to the basket. But the thing is that nobody else was able to make a play.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else was able to make a play. So it's like Zion was up there at the top. It's like no one set a screen. No, everybody's in 4 corners. of the earth. You know what I'm saying? For him, is like, dog, y'all gotta move, man.
That's let's hear from the
hold
coach.
up. I want to say this real
Harry,
quick.
because we gotta put Willie on, bro. Go ahead.
Misi was
Rhymes
playing
with
awesome, man.
Reese's.
And feces, okay. I said Misi. And Willie put him in, bro. He had an awesome first quarter. We didn't see Misi till almost halftime, bro. And then it continued in the second half. A lot of those picks you looking for, Lex, we could have got if the young fella was out there. Zion had a -3 with what he did.
I agree.
And Misi was balling, doing big man stuff.
Yeah,
He don't play. He ended the game with 19 minutes. The man had 8 points in the first quarter, bro. What the fuck wrong with Willie Green, bro?
Hold on, DC. Calm down, brother.
Asking more.
Calm down, DC. Drinking that Caribbean rum tonight. Here go Willie Green.
That's things like that we talked about, but you know that's what good teams do. They make you pay when you make some mistakes.
Going
and
crazy
hit shots too. So,
man, I'm sick of dumb
they came
shit.
out and played well in that third
I
quarter.
don't have no joy. I ain't got no more
They
joy.
took a 16-point lead late in the third, and then you guys cut into it a lot. I mean, just what got you guys back into the game and at least made it competitive?
Yeah, I love the fight and the competitiveness of our group.
No, you
And,
didn't.
Those guys, they stepped on the
didn't.
floor and they get everything they got. We just
They
came
play
up
with
short
joy. They
tonight.
play with
and,
joy.
It'll
He ain't gonna
turn,
drop his tag
but we're going through a little bit of a storm early in the season, and we just got to continue to stay together. And it's a long year.
Time left the game in the second quarter, started the second half, and finishes with, I think, 29. What did you just think of his night overall?
He was really good. It was good to get him back on the floor, and
Oh my god.
you can feel his presence once he touches the floor. His ability to get to the paint, go up
Does
and
he ever
finish.
get mad? Or is it
His
always
gravity
joy?
gets other guys open shots. So really good to have him going tonight.
Was the left thigh, is that a completely separate thing than the stuff he's experiencing with his right leg on Sunday and Monday?
I don't even know what he was experiencing at this time. I just know he checked out early.
Willie a liar now.
Well, the opponent three-point shot has really hurt the team this year. I think Cavaliers went 17 for 35 tonight. Previous 2 years, you guys always held the opponents to a really respectable, if not a really good three-point shot, even on wide open looks by them.
Yeah.
But what's changed this year where it's really hurt the team?
Well, I think the penetration is leading to open shots, and so whenever you see a team have a ton of points in the paint, that means they're driving us, or in pick and rolls they're hitting pocket in the paint, and it's collapsing our defense, and they're getting open looks. So we got to take care of that first, and we got work to do. We got work ahead of us, and we all understand it, and
You have
we'll continue
work
to work at it. But
Go study
that's contributing
play.
to the teams getting open shots, and then we have to be a high
late for that
contest
shit,
team when we do keep teams out the paint and they kick it out. We got to go and contest shots and finish possessions.
Can you talk a little about
Dude, I only see the
especially in that first
defensive
quarter,
side
we
of
went
the ball.
toe-to-toe with Mobley.
Go
and
study
I think it was
plays,
8
guys.
points, 3 rebounds, 2 blocks, something like that. But
Yeah.
he went toe-to-toe with him.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's been really good, especially early in the season. Seeing a young guy get the opportunity that he's getting, and he'll have some games where it's a slower game, but tonight he brought the energy, had a few
He's
blocks,
so good. You only gave him 19
rebounded
minutes.
the ball well, and I think that
Dumbass.
his playing experience right now is going to pay off for us in the long run.
Last 4 minutes of the game, you employed a small ball lineup. I think at one time Javonte Green was guarding Jared Allen. It's kind of what we're looking to see out there to line up to close the game out.
Try to create some more space for us offensively than defensively. Try to switch screens to try to just keep guys in front of us instead of being in rotations. So really, at the end of games, we want to try to get to a small lineup if we can. So it was an opportunity to get a look at it tonight.
Powers out there.
It's going to continue.
Why do you
that
think
With Duncan Robinson.
you think we got the 5 best players?
No,
that-
he's
that
down
hurt?
into positionless basketball. That's what the problem is. These guys aren't positionless.
Well, when they have Mobley and Jared Allen in at the same time, for the most part, we kept
We should go bigger.
one of our centers and one of our bigger forwards in the game. And then they have moments where they take Jared Allen off the floor and Mobley's
Are
at
you
the
talking
5.
about Zion?
And we tried to look at those opportunities to go
I'm
more
talking
of a
about
smaller
JRE,
lineup
Lex.
for us.
That's the other center.
Goes to 3-point shot.
That's not a big forward.
So important tonight. Really, only Jose was able to get it going from deep, but the attempts still tend to be a problem.
Yeah.
He had 3 games this year with less than 30.
I hope. Did he just call JR a big forward? Did y'all hear that?
Yeah, guys have to be comfortable just taking them when they're open, and then we'll get some guys back that shoots a lot of them soon, and that'll help us as well in that area. But the guys that's on the floor, when they have opportunities to shoot those shots, they just need to take them with confidence. We all want them taking those shots and then have a balance of being able to drive closeouts.
We lost because we didn't shoot 43s.
We'll also get a teammate an open shot because you collapse the defense when you do that. So it's a matter of just continue to talk about it, watch it, and work on it.
You feel like go ahead, sir. And tonight also you got to the free throw line
Yeah.
a good amount of times. I think second most of the season. What did you see there in being successful getting downhill and getting to the foul line?
He didn't drop
We were attacking early in our offense. We were attacking closeouts. Zion was, getting to wherever he wanted to get to. And, when he touched the ball, he had 13 free throws.
Could you?
So it's definitely an area that we want to win. We won that area tonight, but unfortunately, just came up short tonight.
Do you feel like it's realistic to accomplish your various team goals with so many guys out of the lineup? Can you do that with so many key guys out?
In terms of what?
Like the 43s, for example, I guess. Like the big picture goals that you have. Is that stuff realistic with so many guys out? How do you view that?
For sure. I don't think that we can achieve those goals unless we set them. And so we've set the tone for how we want to play, and it allows us to hold our team accountable night in and night out.
Not you accountable though.
We'll talk about it tomorrow. And we shot 48% from 3,
the next
but we only shot 27 of them. So I'm okay if we
We're
shoot
at
another
21
10,
centimeters.
another 10 plus, and they're quality threes, and it may not be 48%, but it may be 37. And so that gives you an opportunity to score more, rebound the ball more kickouts. So it's definitely realistic. It's just a matter of us continue to execute it.
How hard is it to do your job as a coach and win games when the lineup has to change every night for reasons not under your control?
You know what?
No excuse.
I really don't dive into how hard that is. I enjoy coaching the group that's on the floor, and we expect those guys to go out and give us their best every night and give us a chance to win. They did that tonight for the most part. And, sometimes this is the hand that you're dealt, and you try to, get the team playing as best you can. And our guys are still playing hard. They're competing. And this will turn at some point.
And Willie, 27 points for Jose, 7-7 from 3. Can you just talk about how much he's improved as a shooter since you got here first?
Yeah, Jose's been big time for us during his stretch. He's another guy on our team that we're getting to see much more of, and he's taking on a bigger role. So we're extremely proud of what he's been able to do on the floor on both ends. And so shooting component is another key factor to what he's worked on. Him and Coach Brandon Demas, and it's paying off. And he's another guy that we're encouraging. Look, when you have open shots, make sure you take them. If not, find a teammate.
For Brandon, he's incorporated the 3 into his shot and worked on those things, but he's struggling to get to the free throw line. How do you work that into his game a little bit more? And then on the other part for Jordan, came out starting the season shooting it so well, but defensively it seems like he's had a little bit more of an issue catching on. What can he do to get better on that end of the basketball?
Yeah, Beyond's just continue to be aggressive. Use his shot fake to draw fouls, get to the free throw line. He'll figure it out as the season progresses. As far as Hawk, still not feeling
he don't want to
his best. But you have to commend the young man.
He'll figure it out.
He's just giving us everything he got, knowing that we got some guys
figure
right
it
now.
out.
So he'll get better as well as we progress
Really ain't
defensively,
helping nobody
offensively,
out.
and eventually we'll be whole and really see what we have.
Man, Willie here for the vibes, man.
Just becoming more of a rhythm 3
Nah,
team.
he here to get a
On the
paycheck.
defensive side, it just
Nah,
seems,
man.
the last few games, the
awful.
opponents have been
This
very
is
high
awful.
Rhythm 3 team.
He'll
You
figure it
attribute
out.
that to
They'll all figure it out.
obviously you're missing her, but just
He's
does
gotta
that
figure
start
it
at
out.
the point of attack to start the ball pressure?
Yeah, for sure. It starts with our ability to guard the ball.
They got to figure it out.
And so that's an area that we have to continue to work at. We haven't been doing a great job at it. Teams are getting into the paint and they're scoring too many points in the paint. So we'll protect the paint team first, and then we can get out to shooters to keep guys off the free throw line. So we got work to do. We understand that. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. I got a question.
All right, that's Willie Green. Go ahead, Lex.
How is it that your goal is to protect the paint and you're putting in small players to guard trees?
What's the question?
Where big forwards in?
They can jump really high.
Who's the big four?
Big forward, Javonte Green. He's a big forward.
Okay. GRE. Against a 7-footer?
No, JRE was the center, Q, because Tice and Misi, you had 19 minutes and 6 minutes.
Protect the paint if you have small ball people guarding the Twin Towers. That makes absolutely no sense.
They got 40-inch verts, Lex.
No, they don't. We didn't see it tonight.
When they get a running start, they can jump 40 inches. Not standing.
They had running starts. They don't have the running, nor do they have the verticals. Man, this is crazy. That's your goal, is to protect the paint. And how did that go?
They didn't do too well because they got beat the hell up in the paint. Well, that's not too far from the truth. We get the last several games the Pelicans have played, they've gotten beat up in the paint. Tonight, they got beat up 64-50 in the paint.
Oh, wow. Thank you for looking at it.
So
just said protect the paint, and we last place team in the points in the paint. You see what I'm saying?
Against.
Like,
Willie said he was proud of the team.
That statement made absolutely no sense. How do you not know what's going on with your team?
Hey, they're losing the points in the paint battle, Lex, and the fast break.
How do you not know that you're last?
They get out fast broke and they're losing and they getting beat up in the paint. So yeah.
But we doing all right on the rebounds.
No, we're not.
No, they're not. They getting out rebounded.
It's a 13 rebound difference. Yeah.
Like I said, small ball. I like small ball, but it doesn't work in every situation. You have to understand the situation. You had Twin Towers out there. You need to utilize Misi more. You really did. And that just didn't make sense.
Trey Jemison should get some minutes. Being the only other damn near 7-footer we got active, because we sent Carlo Makovich back to the G League. I don't know why when everybody's getting hurt. But
wow, thank you. Hey, he said, "Hey Lex, remember when you told us it was JV's fault we couldn't protect the paint? He was slow-footed. How you think about that now?
Even if we haven't, he still would do the same thing.
But it wouldn't be this bad. It wouldn't be this bad.
Probably not, Lex. But he would not play him, especially in the second half.
That's true. Yeah, that's true too. He wouldn't play.
He wouldn't play him. I mean, then you have a sitter that you do have in Trey Jemison who would be faster than, I don't know, not sonically faster than what JV is, but Jemison's a 7-foot guy who can shot block, and he's not even playing him.
This dude does not know how to utilize his player personnel.
I mean, he went 4 deep tonight.
Year 4.
Actually, 3 deep.
Year 4, man. I mean,
Tyson played but 6 minutes tonight. So it is what it is.
Yeah, because JRE was out there. He's clearly better than Tice, right?
JRE got 26 minutes.
JRE.
He's better than Tice and Misi.
Right? Why did he feel like this was a JRE game?
Because he's better. He's better.
Javonte was even down there as well. Like that just didn't make any sense.
Javonte got 30 minutes tonight. 30 minutes. JRE had 26 minutes.
Playing size with
Trey Jemison not ready.
Tice rhymes with dice.
Trey Jemison got a whole lot of NBA games under his belt with the Grizzlies last season. What are you talking about? He ain't ready. He's probably more ready.
He don't know how to play with pace.
He's a hustle guy.
DC,
he gotta learn the playbook.
DC, you just trolling your ass
The
off.
play with pace.
Willie Green doesn't know his playbook. He doesn't have one. He doesn't have one.
Lex,
what
let's
talking about? So they in the same boat.
Trey Jemison still learning how to play with joy, Lex.
Let me break up DC's comedy act right here. He's just spamming his ass off with the Willie. But anyway, let's look at.
It's funny to me. I knew this shit was gonna be. I knew it was gonna be what it was, man. I said it.
Man, you thought it was gonna be a blowout. That's what you were saying. It wasn't.
I said we don't have a chance in hell to win this game, and I said if we do, for some miraculous reason, find a way for it to be close.
Well, the thing is,
Willie Green will find a way for us to lose. He will scratch and claw a way for us to lose. Because this is a good team. They're not gonna lay down. They're gonna fight till the end.
Run, punch, and liar.
I'm a run, punch, and liar. What?
Yeah. All right, so let's hit the stats up.
On
right
the tape
here,
back
quick.
then.
Mr.
Receipts.
I ain't got time to listen to you right now, DC. I gotta go to work here.
Go ahead, let's go.
All right, thank you. All right, so here stats for the night is the Pelicans 42 of 88 for almost 48%. They were 13 of 27 from downtown for 48% for shooting of the ball from downtown. Cavs 52 of 96 for 54.2%. They were 17 of 35 from downtown, 48.6%. Pelicans got to the foul line 28 times, converted 25 of 28 for 89% from the foul line. That is excellent. 10 of 13 by the Cavs for just under 77%. They were Pelicans roughly out rebound by 13, 46 to 33. 33 to 21 as far as the assist. That's Cavs style. Pelicans did win the steal game 8-6, not the block game 10-8. They did hold the turnovers down. They had 10 turnovers with 13 points conceded off of them versus the Cavs 13 with 19 points conceded off those. But like I said earlier, the Pelicans lost the fast break battle 26-14 and the points in the paint battle by 14, 64-50. So that goes to show you. And this is
Zion missed the whole second quarter for the most part.
It's a common trend, though, especially over the last 2 games. Pelicans getting beat up in the paint and the points in the paint game. And of course, we transition to the individual stats. Zion Williamson led the effort, 29 minutes, 29 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and a block for Zion. He was 11 of 13 from the foul line. He was 9 of 8 from the field, 27 from Jose Alvarado in 35 minutes, 10 of 14 from the field. He was perfect from downtown, 7 for 7, 5 assists, 2 boards, and 3 steals for Jose. He was putting in work. This should have been a win. 20 points for BI in 39 minutes, 9 of 20 from the field, 2 of 8 from the field, 5 rebounds, 5 assists for Brandon Ingram. He finished with 20, 14 from Brandon Boston Jr. Baby BI. He had 38 minutes and 14 points, 5 assists, 2 boards, and a block, 4 of 11 from the field, 2 of 5 from downtown. He was perfect from the foul line. Yves Missi, 10 points in 19 minutes. He had 4 rebounds and 3 blocks in the matchup. And then, of course, we went 4 deep, but really actually 3 deep if you look at it, because these guys got the bulk of the minutes. 30 points for Javonte Green. He finished with 11 points, 3 steals, and 3 boards. JRE had 26 minutes. He was 1 of 3 from the field, 0 for 1 from downtown. He had a couple of free throws. He finished with 4 points, 1 block, and a steal. Jordan Hawkins, he played 19 minutes. He had 7 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist. He also had a block. He was 1 of 7 from the field, 1 of 4 from downtown, but he hit 4-4 from the charity stripe. He was off. And outside of that, it just wasn't enough. I mean, the Pelicans, man, should have actually won this game, man, to be honest, but you should have won this game.
Y'all see why coaching matters.
They were there. And they were there, Lex.
You can have all the talent in the world, but if you can't coach the talent that you have, this team is only going to go so far. Coaching matters. It matters. It matters. I know like a lot of people get tired of me mentioning it. It really does, because you can see it. It screams out. It screams out of the television. Like they actually could have won.
They should have won this game, man. This would have been a big morale boost, especially with Zion showing up, putting in 29 points, doing his thing. And then the crazy part is when they were there, it's like we just needed stops, and more stops. And it just wasn't consistent. It'll be like the easiest breakdowns. You see a backdoor pass here for an easy layup. A guy not knowing where he is. One time it was Zion. The guy got him on a sneak layup because Zion not paying attention to the guy behind him. So I mean, it was just
that
like
was early in the game. I was like, man, look at this shit. Then it was Dean. It was somebody who don't even attack the paint like that.
right. People not people not paying attention.
Said about that.
They're not paying attention to what they're doing, and it's just like even Antonio Daniels missed. He's like, man, these people not even running plays. They just passing the ball and getting layups and plays off of just passing the ball.
Plays, though.
He wasn't talking about them. He was talking about the Cavs. he was making reference to the Cavs.
They were doing a lot of back doors.
Yeah,
a lot of back doors.
Well, that's what you're going to. The Pelicans didn't defend
an undisciplined team like that, so you know that
exactly.
Keep saying that.
Exactly. If the Pelicans,
you know how you beat back doors, Lex, you got to communicate. We ain't communicating. Herb out, and nobody's picked up that role of communicating. And as you can see, the defense has took a major hit since Herb and DeJounte
Murray
have been out, because that's the two people who would have been really, verbal for you on defense, yelling and making noise. They're not doing
that. Monty Williams is already here, Josh. His name is Willie Green. You know what I'm saying?
But I had Jay Carvello's comment up there because it piggyback off what Lex was saying about coaching matters, and I think that's a major thing of what we're seeing. Coaching mattering the most with us, because we knew Willie Green wasn't going to run no hell of a strategy offensively. He was going to be leaning on DeJounte to try to implement some different stuff. And the fact that he still cannot put the best players out there at the proper times, at least. I'm like, God damn, bro. If you're a motivational guy
for the game,
you can't do nothing right there. He can't motivate now.
The vibe and flow of the game, and he doesn't have that.
I ain't never seen a coach. Like, I was thinking about this too when I saw Jay Carvello's comment. I thought about this earlier. You know how you'll have players, they go off, right? And a coach might leave them out there for the whole entire half.
Yeah.
Not let alone a quarter.
Whole quarters a lot of times.
The whole half. Have we ever done that? Ever in a Willie Green era with Zion?
No, because he sticks to the script. He doesn't call. He's like a robot.
Has Zion ever played a whole quarter without being taken out?
Yeah, he has. I think like once, but it's like I don't even remember when that was. But I know he's at least done it once.
Damn.
I know this one thing though. Every time the Pelicans have played Denver in the third quarters, when they were down against the Pelicans, they would leave Jokic in for that whole third quarter, and the team would come back. They always do it. I'm like, wow. Did he notice this? Does he notice that Jokic is staying in the game the whole time, and yet you're still, subbing out so-and-so?
Yeah, this is very interesting, man. This was a win right here. This would have been a really good, solid win for the Pelicans. They had this one, man. It's just, talk about offensive firepower. The other day we talked about, and a lot of people believe they didn't have enough offensive firepower. It just comes down to like playing smart, man, like the fundamentals. Like they actually have a pretty decent, they were pretty excellent from the foul line. They had like 20-something free throws. I mean, like 20 points on the free throw line. Yeah. But the stops is the thing that's really concerning. Like we just needed a few stops, and it wasn't something terrifyingly hard to do. It's just the Pelicans' inability to communicate and just to pay attention to what's going on. These easy, they're unprepared. It's just, I don't know what to say about it, man. I don't know what to say. It's like, okay, you struggle offensively. That's one thing, because you can say, okay, that's not the guy's forte. But if his forte is about defense, then this shouldn't be happening. Like the breakdowns, these easy breakdowns we've seen that happen with the defense, that we couldn't even get the simple stops. I mean, you got Jose Alvarado and BI coming down in rhythm hitting 3-pointers to keep you close enough to make a run. Then Zion gets in the game. He starts bully balling these guys. But then that's all wasted away because they can't do nothing defensively. You can't go bucket for bucket. You got to eventually create some stops while you score. They couldn't even do that. So it's just ridiculous. Then there was the 14-point run that Cleveland had in the third quarter, like unabated. So I mean, I don't know what to say, man. If you're Willie Green and your forte is the defense and your defense is breaking down, you can't say, I guess we can, but I really don't want to say, okay, because DeJounte, who just got here, is not in there, or Herb Jones, who's been here, but he's hurt. The defense turns super dumb. We got some that has to translate.
You can still draw up plays, man. I mean, we can sit here and be like, oh, well, we lost because we don't have this person. When are we going to stop doing that? Like, dude,
that's the 1-2 step right now.
Stop negating your job description and putting it, oh, well, they'll figure it out. What type of crap is that? Can you imagine this team that has a coach that actually helps them, like, win the games and not just say, I'll figure it out? Like, dude, that makes this team that much more stronger. When you help your team and stop sitting on your behind and twiddling your thumbs. Like, look, Willie Green's got stuff he's talking about accountability. I don't want to hear him talking about accountability with anybody else on this team. Dude, you need to take some accountability. Go and learn some freaking plays.
Kind of hard to do.
Go and learn some plays.
Kind of late in the game.
He's supposed to do that over the summer.
He needs to do it now. You don't stop learning. Take some of the plays from the other team. They're running them right in front of you.
He's not watching that. He's just looking at defense.
Film. He claims that they watch film, right? Let me tell
defensive
you,
film.
That is a daggone lie. That's a lie. You're not watching film, because if you were watching film, you would see those stellar plays that the opponent team is running. Why are you not copying those plays?
He looking at the defense when you see them plays, Lex. He's not looking at what the offense doing. He just wanted to focus on the defense.
So
it's not a copycat.
The defense wasn't working, right?
Mm-hmm.
The offense was just based off of talent. Zion was just going in, bully balling, all that stuff. Alvarado, throwing up a prayer, going in. You're not doing anything on defense. You ain't doing anything on offense. Okay? Ain't nothing happening but both things. But the one thing that you do have going, the one thing, you just want to throw a wrench in it. You're down 6 points. And the Pelicans actually they're doing horrible on defense. But you know what? They have momentum. And instead of going with that momentum, you're going to throw a wrench in it. Don't do that. The defense ain't doing nothing, and you can't call plays on the other end. Why would you throw a wrench in the momentum? The one thing that you do have going for you. Make this stuff make sense. The math isn't mathing. It really isn't. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it is not. It doesn't make sense, man. A lot of the stuff that I've seen tonight with Willie Green, it's just very concerning. This should have been a win. This should have been a big. Cavaliers should have been 8-1 tonight. The Pelicans shot enough threes. They played well enough offensively to be able to contend with this Cavalier team. They were physical. It just, when it came down to the come down, the Pelicans just was their high IQ defensively, and even sometimes offensively wasn't there to match up. And then you got Donovan there, and when it was time for him to step in there and do what he needed to do, he does what Donovan Mitchell does. Got in there and closed the damn game. So man, another.
Let's be real though. It's how.
No, DC, let's be fake. I thought we was being real this whole damn time. Shit.
Well, you say some fake shit, but let's be real. It's how we lose.
Let's be realer.
Not the fact that we lost. You know, because we didn't expect them. We didn't expect them to win this game, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, DC. DC, I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm sorry to cut you off. Here's Zion Williamson. Here we go.
Somebody ask him about the injury, please.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, I think they got it up to 16 at the end of the third quarter. You guys, at least made it competitive. What'd you like about what you guys did in the fourth quarter there?
I like the energy we had, but if we want to win games, especially tough games like this, we can't have no slippage in any quarter like we had in the third. And I can't have 4 turnovers like that. I have to get my turnovers down. Been having a lot of them lately.
Is your left leg okay?
Yes, sir. Just had, to my knowledge, yeah. Had a little scare, so I went to the back, make sure it was straight, and when he said I was straight, went back out there.
Is the sort of stuff in the right leg, did that pop up at the Indiana game, or is there something you've just been managing the whole season?
It just kind of popped up. Took precautionary measures, and that's dealt with. Just keep working on my body and just maintain.
Brandon Boston's been able to come in 4 straight games, double digits. What have you seen from him? What do you make of this game and his contributions?
I don't even know where to start with him. That's my dog. But what makes it so impressive what he's doing is the fact that, I can't say where he was at before. I know he was at the Clippers for a little bit, but if you look at this paper, he played 38 minutes. You go from playing under 15 or whatever it is, under 10, to you're playing 38, but you're contributing. So to see him out there, doing his thing, playing with confidence, and helping his team is great. And yeah, I'll be biased. Even when all the other guys return, I would like to see him stay on the roster.
That's nice.
Sentiment amongst the rest of the team as well.
You know what? I don't want to speak for nobody else. But if I had to take a guess, I'll say yeah.
Yeah, I hope they do.
Another young player. Eve has been taking strides each and every game. Tonight he got off to a hot start. Honestly, had a little bit of a stretch there where he blocked Mobley's shot and then came down on offensive end, put a move on as well. Just how are you viewing his development?
I mean, game by game, you see different things, like a spark or something where you're like, okay, I see it. And he works hard, very coachable, very receptive to when you tell him things. And, I don't have a ceiling on him right now. So, I'm excited to see his growth with the team. I'm sure over time, his minutes will probably go from 18 to 25, 28, 30. I'm sure coaches have a plan for that I trust. So, his growth and development has been great, over these games.
Before the game, you and Teresa Witherspoon seemed to share a moment before the game. Did you know she was going to be here tonight, and how was that engaging with her before the game?
I didn't know she was going to be here tonight. I had shot her a text message last week, just kind of saying, big sis, I really need you. If you have time, I would like for you to pull up. I didn't know she was going to be here tonight. So, I don't just say big sister for the sake because it sounds good. Like, I really view her as my big sister. Moments when I was injured, out for that whole third year, even in my fourth year when I had a lot of success before the hamstring, she was a key piece for that, mentally and on the court. I don't know what it is about her, but whenever I see her, like, she just reminds me, like just keep your spirits up, like, and that the game of basketball is like the best thing ever. So whenever I see her, like, can't help but smile. That's my big sister. I love her to death.
Just one more thing on DC.
Maybe they can bring her back. She free now.
You had that vertical lob threat. What's it been like managing the spacing with him on the court, but also just working with him on the time? Like, okay, he's gonna roll hard, or maybe he's hanging on the screen a little bit to allow you to get open, things like that.
Yeah, it is different. I think the last time we really had somewhat of a lob threat would be with Jackson Hayes and Larry from time to time, but not like this. It goes back to what I said. He's super receptive. You just kind of spoon feed information like, hey, if I come off the screen like this, if your man's guarding you like this, maybe look to flip it. And as far as timing, there are times where I'll beat my man and, he's a kind of a step too far out where I have to throw a bounce pass instead of floating it up towards the rim. But like I said, he's super receptive, super coachable by all the coaches. I think those are things that quickly, not a long time, that you'll start seeing more lobs near the rim versus trying to throw a bounce pass.
And do you think just keeping him involved on the offensive end opens things up for everyone else too?
Absolutely. There are times where he'll get a rebound and, sometimes, we'll emphasize like kick out for a three. But when you see his footwork and the energy it brings, do your thing, big fella. So like I said, in the win-loss column, it's not looking the way we want it to at the moment, but there's a lot of things to be positive about, and, it's a long season. No problem. You guys have a great night. Appreciate you.
All right. How's Zion, man? So, all right, DC Lex, feel free to comment on comments from Zion Williamson. DC, you can start us off, brother.
I mean, pretty much went out there, played his heart out, man. Spoke candidly, as Zion always does. And just him talking about Teaspoon kind of what jumped out to me, man. Thinking the same thing like everybody else in the chat. Like, shit, why wouldn't we? We should bring her back. Maybe that was a little thread or something that was talking some sense into Willie. I bet you if Teaspoon was there, maybe he'd probably been able to play more than 29 minutes. But yeah, I'm proud of Zion tonight. He had a lot of critics and skeptics after the missing the 2 games, and a lot of people calling him soft, fat boy, and all of that again. Still didn't really get a lot of clarity on the injury so much, but nonetheless, he went out to handle business tonight. And I think moving forward, we'll continue to see progress with Z, hopefully clearing up some of these headaches, man. It's been too up and down with the way we play him, with the injuries. We need to fix this shit. Him leaving out the game tonight, pulling himself out, was like, oh, here we go again. But I could tell you what was different. Him coming back in the game.
Yeah.
Might have been something we wouldn't even saw last year. So that is different. We can't look at Zion suiting up for the second half and acting like they don't mean nothing because we lost this game and got out-coached and, basically embarrassed on the back end of the game. But the fact that he came back in the second half of that game, man, I was shocked as hell. I couldn't believe it. And I know that had to be Zion, saying he wants to go back out there, let me back out there, because we all know they're going to play it safe as they've always done. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. We want to build around him, have Zion be the franchise. We need Zion to grow up. And the way he talks and articulates himself in the media, being honest and candid a lot of times, I like that, man. And I do hear a sense of maturity in the way he speaks and the way he speaks about things. But with Zion, he always speaks well, man. You got to continue to show it. Keep showing up. Keep stacking them days like he talk about. And just go out there balling, man. Performances like tonight need to be something as of the norm for him. Still looking forward to see a little bit of that floater, mid-range jump shots. I mean, I thought tonight he got to the line, so it worked. But you ain't going to be able to get to the line like that every night all the time. He had a lot of chances to pull out that floater and take a lot of little middies, man. I'd have liked to see that. That was really the only negative I saw from Zion tonight, other than, him being kind of lethargic and on defense and just taking plays off. But shit. It's what game are we like game 9? Zion got to play himself into basketball shape, and he's been in and out of the lineup, so I can overlook that for now. But great game by Z, man. Shout out to him. Hopefully he can build on this and go on a run to where we can get back to winning some games. Because the only way we're gonna be able to win is we're gonna have to play on the back of Zion and Brandon Ingram. Because Willie's not gonna do it. There ain't no magic strategy he gonna pull out. Till DeJounte gets back, it's going to have to be the Brandon Ingram Zion show. Go ahead, Les, you got it.
Oh no. I was just adding on he still ain't gonna pull out nothing, because the thing is he's not, if he's not showing it now, I don't know when we'll see it. But yeah, one thing that I really liked is that he basically sent the front office a message. I hope they sign Brandon Boston to a contract to keep him here. Okay, that's love right there. Okay, Zion's just telling, he's sending you a message. I hope you guys are listening, because Brandon Boston has been playing well.
The luxury text speaking too loud right now, Les.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, with everybody out, it's like you can use a certified bucket. You can use that. The thing is, you already messed up, waiving Matt Ryan, a shooter, and it's a shooter's league. So why would you not? And Brandon Boston shoots threes. Not only that, he can give you a little bit more by, playmaking sometimes and creating his own shot, which is, there's not a lot of that. Obviously, like when Zion was out, it was just him and Brandon. So there was no one who could create, especially if both of them were sitting down, because at one point in time against Portland, they did both sit down, and it's like there's no offense out there.
Mm-hmm.
You have an all defensive unit, and there's no offense. There's nobody out there that can create their own shot or play make for someone else. Which, and I don't know if you all saw that, but that was crazy. Like, what are you doing? But I really do hope that they listen to that, because the dude is definitely, I mean, he's definitely, showing up. He's showing up and playing meaningful minutes, and he's performing. And those are points that, you got to have, because they're not, where else are they going to come from? But another thing I liked is I like the fact that Zion, was taking accountability, looking at the fact that it's 4 turnovers. And even with him being in and out the lineup, whatever, he's not using that as an excuse. That's good stuff right there. I just wish the accountability was, not just for the players, but, other people as well, because you're not seeing the accountability there. It's like, we can't expect the accountability to just come from the players, but, the coaching staff as well. So, but yeah, I loved everything that I heard. I think, Zion, we know Zion could have played better. I was feeling you when you said, he could have took some jumpers and floaters and different things.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of times when Zion is out for a little bit, he goes back to what he knows.
He resets. Yeah.
He kind of resets, because he knows, okay, I know this for sure is going to work. And then he kind of builds up. He always does that. That's one thing that I've noticed. He builds up to taking those middies, taking the 3. I mean, just like how he did, he worked up to that, and I think it's just, a confidence builder for him. I think that's how he builds up, the confidence to take those shots because obviously it's not first nature. So he goes back to what he originally does, and then he starts expanding. So hopefully whatever's going on with his leg, and I think in a sense, Zion is kind of paranoid. You know, anything like I think when he's playing, he's studying his body. He's studying what's going on. And if he feels anything, the slightest thing that just doesn't feel right, I mean, he could have landed the wrong way or something. And it could have affected that part in his hamstring or something. I think he's kind of, he's just kind of paranoid about it. And I think he has to get to a point where, like, hey, I'm fine. I'm doing everything off court, outside of practice, in practice, before the games. I'm doing everything that I need to be doing to have myself ready. And I think he has to kind of trust himself, like trust his body. Because I think he's kind of like, oh man, like I think my body's not responding to me well. But I can only imagine how that would feel because he wants to play. I think we saw that. I think that that was confirmation that he came back out. He wants to play. So that throws any of that other stuff out the window. But I think he's like, I got to stay on the court. I want to stay on the court. I want to be around in the playoffs, but I also have to play in regular season to build those winning habits and, win games in order to get to the playoffs. So, I mean, I think there's a lot of things going through his head, anything that's going on in, within his body. I think he's definitely like paranoid about it. So he just kind of has to work through that and trust his body, trust his work that he's putting in as far as his stretching, his treatment, anything that he's doing outside to make sure that, his hamstrings are right as well as his quads. So, I can only imagine how that feels. It probably it's got to be a crazy feeling.
Yeah, and you got a point on that, Lex, because a lot of what was happening was going on with Zion when he was hurt. He got a lot of instruction from these trainers and these physical therapists, physical therapy therapists, singular. And prior to that, whatever medical staff he was dealing with, how to jump, or how to jump, how to, when you jump, how to land, all this stuff that they were trying to teach him to kind of keep the stress off him, how to jump, this type of stuff. They just inundated him with all this information, and you definitely right, because a lot of pressure's on Zion because the team won't get to its apex without Zion being there. So
definitely.
He knows it, no doubt about it. And he feels it this year, unlike any. He came into the year with his, the best conditions that I've seen him since he's been a Pelican. His mind has been really on it, and it's a lot to do. So, man,
I think that's what you want, though, man.
No,
you want that pressure on him. You want him to feel that weight, because how is she going to be able to lift it? You know what I'm saying? Like he has to carry that and figure out how to make it comfortable to carry and easy to carry. Like that's just what it is, man. You're getting paid the big bucks. You looked at it as a generational talent. This is what generational talents do. So if you want to be one of the greatest, one of the best, like you said, this is part of it. So I think the more normal it becomes to him, the better versions of him we're going to see. Because you clearly see it, man. Zion definitely has a switch. You can see it. He just goes out some games and flips a switch. Like he just really wants to win this game, and he plays with a different intensity, a different type of
another gear.
tenacity. He goes to a different gear.
Yeah.
Now, he's gonna have to discover a different gear from that gear, Lex.
Yeah.
And the gear that he's playing at now should be
that.
the regular speed. That should be the regular speed, and you should be able to find another notch or another level to go. Because my only thing with Zion, man, everybody who's been watching him and who's always been part of the Pelicans family, you can see how special he is. but it's unrealized potential. You know, it's so many things that you would like to add to what he is that could be added. You know, I mean, if he just adds some of those things and shows up with this type of attitude every night, man, the league better watch out, because then I can see more what you talking about, Lex, when you compare him to D Rose. I can see that D Rose mixed with something else, obviously, if you want to throw Blake Griffin in there for a lack of time to try to find a better analogy. But he has something about him that's truly unique, and it's only a handful of players, maybe that you could count on both hands, that possess something like that in the league right now.
Let's kind of move ahead to the next matchup here. The Magic are up next for the Pelicans. I think this is a Friday matchup, 6 p.m. We're going out there to Orlando. They're 2-0 at home, but currently we know that Paolo is out. And they're a bit of on a free fall. They've lost 5 in a row. They lost to the Pacers tonight. Well, not tonight. I think it was tonight. They lost to the Pacers. They're on a 5-game slide. The Pelicans on a 3-game slide. So something got to shake. This is a team we've had difficulty with beating. We'll have an opportunity to take it to them.
Magic number.
So they're 3-6. We're 3-6. They're 3-6. Let's talk about this one. What happens here? What are you guys' thoughts on this one?
I think the Pelicans can get this win. If Zion, because obviously the Pelicans are on a losing streak, and I know that Orlando is too, but we have a Zion. You know what I'm saying? And so I think just the fact that they could have beat Cleveland, I think that's something to carry over to the next game and really I know it's an away game, but hey, you got to start getting on the right track at some point in time. Obviously they're undermanned. They're not playing the same. They're dealing with injuries, but again, you know, I don't think they have an answer for Zion. I think even when we played them in preseason, they actually did well against them.
Yeah, we did. We looked awesome against the Magic.
Yeah. So, I mean, and I know that's preseason, but, you know, just based off of how they played in that game, I know it was just one game. I know, like, their defense is wacky right now, their offense, but something's got to give. I guess I'm just kind of like in a optimistic mode, but definitely they got to come ready to play with a lot of energy. They're coming off of a loss too. So when they look on the schedule, the Pelicans lost. They're probably, you know, thinking the same thing. This is a great way to change things around. Well, somebody's going to be changing it around, and the Pelicans need it to be them. It's like, I think in this game, it's going to come down to who wants it more, because both teams are coming off of losses. But yeah, I think the Pelicans can get this game. They just need to clean up a lot of stuff.
All right, Lex, hold on just a second. Let's hear something.
Thanks.
Here we go.
Thank you. That's really good right there. Yeah. We're gonna be quiet, okay? They're gonna ask Daddy some questions.
Jose, how much work since you've become a pro have you put in on your 3-ball?
I mean, that's something I've been obviously I've been working on my whole career, because that's something they said, that was my knockoff coming into the NBA. And I just, been confident, this group that I got behind me always trust me, trust my work. And today was a good day. I've been actually shooting pretty bad, at least from the arc. Pretty bad. So today was a good day. And but I put a lot of work in it. It's not shocking to me. It comes to like this, just stay solid all the time.
When you say knock, is that like feedback you got from teams in pre-draft process?
For sure. That was feedback from my agent and stuff like that going into the draft. And I didn't really understand it because I always felt like I could shoot, but obviously I'm getting better and elevating my game. But that was something my agent told me, and we could just keep working on it.
How's Boston helping you guys guys right now?
Good, man. That's another guy that's stepping up and taking advantage of his opportunity. Like I said, it sucks right now because we're losing, but we're fighting, we're getting better, and I know it's cliche to say that, but it's really the truth. What this guy's missing, at the end of the day, is it's hard to win in the NBA, regardless who you got. And today, we just keep on and trying to improve, and hopefully we get a win on Thursday. Friday. What?
You're the best getting dressed and everything.
Thank you.
And you know what else?
No, wait. We'll say that for later, okay?
No.
Okay. All right, okay, dude.
When you're coming off the bench, you obviously provide a lot of energy. And you talk about just being the best version of Jose. Now that you've been pushed into a starting role, is there a balance for you in terms of just being go all the time versus kind of settling the team down as a starting player?
It's definitely learning. That's a learning experience that I'm going through right now. Obviously everybody goal is to be a starter, but in the situation right now I am, it just came out of nowhere. And it's a lot. It's learning. I just told everybody, I give it to everybody, all those stars, those big time players to come in every day and, have this main goal and, take care of their body, take care of the team. Talk to baby boy DJ a lot of the times, and running the team is definitely something I'm learning how to do. Settle the gym, when to shoot a shot or when to give this ball to somebody that's really hot. And like you said, is staying mellow, staying right there. And sometimes I wear my heart on my sleeve. And I think that's a good thing for me and a bad thing in the sense of, just who I am. But today, moving forward, just got to stay solid. Coach always been telling me, just stay right there. Shots are going to fall, shots are not going to fall. Just be Jose, and, hopefully we win the game.
How do you manage the edge, which, does you a lot of good, but you said there's a definite downside.
Yeah, that's the learning process right now. And, it's crazy because I've been in the league for 4 years, right? But I've never been in the situation that I'm in right now. I think every year taught me something different. And, like I said, just trying to be solid no matter what. Because at the end of the day, I didn't make it to the NBA about making shots. I made it to the NBA about my energy and how I could affect the game defensively. And, obviously I did develop an offensive game. But, if I stay right there, the offense is going to come itself.
Eve had a quick start, eight quick points. Obviously, he had a stretch where he blocked Evan Mobley, came out and moved on. Just how important is it to keep him involved on the offensive side?
It's important. He's a rookie. It's like, and he's young. Like, he's a true young rookie, and he's just he's getting better and developing, and also just learning how to play with us. It's hard. Coming in when you have Z down there, and then he's improving though. Like I said, defensively he's gonna be perfect for us. Offensively, he's getting there. He's getting there. Really, he's gonna be there too.
What does his lob threat do for you? Just as a guard, likes to probe the paint, get into that floater range, that Tony Parker range.
It opens up a lot for me because at the end of the day, either I'm shooting the floater or if they help too much, I got somebody that I could throw a bad pass or a good pass. He's gonna make me look good. So and like I said, as we keep playing together and developing, we're gonna improve. We're gonna improve with each other. Appreciate it. Thank you. What's up? Talk to me.
Can I do this?
Yeah, all right, I'm gonna ask you a question. Come on, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Come on.
Yeah.
All right. How you doing? What's your favorite color?
Pink and purple.
Oh my God. And is your daddy good in basketball?
Yes.
Oh,
that's
and
the
I
daddy's
dribble
girl.
too.
Oh, so you're good in too, right? How many
Yeah.
sisters you got?
3.
3?
You got 3
Including you,
girls?
right?
Yeah.
Damn, Jose.
And you love mommy and daddy?
Yep.
Kept going.
I
bro.
left the whole family.
All right. Thank you for answering all the questions. Love you.
Love you too.
Let's go. Come on.
Oh, that's too
That
sweet.
was overload cuteness.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back.
Shout out to Jose Alvarado, man. He had an
Yeah.
awesome game. 7 threes, bro. he played his heart out tonight too. We definitely didn't lose because of him. Without Jose, this
was a blowout, dude. It's a blowout without Jose. But you know what Antonio Daniels said when he met with him? He told him that he needs the Puerto Rican or the Puerto Rico version when he played for them. He said he needs that version of Jose Alvarado for the Pelicans, and he responded in kind with a hell of a matchup tonight. That's why I was like, man, Jose gave him that extra offensive explosion that could have really helped. It'd have been cool to see we get more than 7 from Jordan Hawkins, but sooner or later your shooters do cool off. But yeah. But anyway, Orlando. Back to Orlando.
The Orlando matchup, man. This is a team that's always giving us problems, right? And we saw a little glimmer of hope in the preseason when we had DeJounte out there, Zion. Everybody was healthy except for Trey. So I'm actually a little nervous about this matchup now. With no DeJounte Murray, does it revert back to what we've seen consistently last year? And before that, like, this is a team that's responsible, along with the Spurs, and there was one other team, man, where we would lose these easy games down the stretch against teams like this, completing for a playoff spot. Orlando is one of those teams that kept us from getting the actual playoff spot and made sure we was in the play. I don't remember if it was last year or a year before last, but I remember we played Orlando like 4 times. I don't think we beat them once one of them years, man. And then, I think that was the year before last. We played them 4 times, and we didn't beat them once.
That was over a couple of years.
Last year, we finally was able to beat them, but they still gave us hell last year. So this is one of them teams that's kind of got our number. And I'm wondering if what we saw in the preseason, they didn't implement their full game plan against us. So I think this will definitely be a tough matchup. But with Paolo Banchero not being there, it is a winnable game. But we had problems with the Orlando Magic ever since they decided to be a big team in a league of small teams. And now, where we're seeing the league go, what they were doing or trying to build there is now starting to make a lot more sense. And it's catching up to the modern way people want to play. You got the big guys down there getting rebounds and you're getting your threes up. They still need some shooting, but it is hard for us to score on these guys. And Zion has had his fair share of problems against the Orlando Magic. So going against them, we're going to need that effort we saw tonight from a Jose, Brandon Boston. Hopefully Hawk can get a little healthier and we can get something out of him. And you're going to need B.I. to show up more than he showed up tonight. B.I. had 20 points.
20 points.
He didn't get to the free throw line once.
Yeah, that was messed up.
He had 20 points off 20 shots. That type of efficiency we're looking for. And until maybe about the middle of the third quarter, B.I. wasn't shooting no damn threes. Like, he gave up on that philosophy for some point this game. I guess, it's tough for them guys, man, playing Cleveland, man. It's a really good team, and they just kind of reverted back to stuff they used to doing. So we saw that with B.I. too, like you talked about with with Zion Lex. He was going back, he was on the block with the middies. It was falling.
He reset.
At the time. Right, a reset.
He reset too. Yeah, he reset.
We need the version of B.I. that we saw the games that Zion wasn't here. When Zion come back, we don't want you to go back to being on the elbow all the time. You know what I'm saying? I do like his paint touches though, even though it wasn't super successful tonight. But I like for him to get the ball in the paint too. But we're gonna need both our guys to show up. We're not gonna be able to beat Orlando because they're gonna make it difficult for us. They're a good defensive team, and they play as a team with a plan. So we got our work cut out, man. But to beat Orlando, we got to fight like hell on the boards. We cannot go out and hit, 9, 10 3-pointers. We're going to have to make some more threes, man. As well as, scoring in the paint. We had that issue, but Zion back, so he takes up a big chunk of that. So it's boards, turnovers, and threes for me. If we get that, or at least win 2 out of those 3 categories, I think we can beat the Orlando Magic.
All right, Lex, you want to put the cap on it? Lex? You're muted.
Yeah, I'm muted. Yeah,
We
just
lost the third quarter by 11. Stacy, I don't remember the score. We lost it by 11 points. I remember that.
Oh, he said the 40-29 Cleveland way. They had a 40-point quarter.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, anytime they hit 40.
Yeah, they went on a 14-0 run in that quarter.
Quarter, and we saw this from last season. A lot of times that always resulted in a loss. I don't think when the opponent team has scored 40 points or more, I don't think the Pelicans have ever won those games.
Especially in the second half. We're not a very resilient team in the second half.
Yeah.
We don't do a lot of coming back in the second half.
No, that's why this team, you got to be a front running team. That's why I say energy. You got to come out with the right energy, because if they're playing behind, going into the third quarter behind, and then it's like teams just get that second win and start taking off. You're climbing out of that hole. You're trying to climb out of that hole the whole time. And by the time the end of the game comes, you don't have anything left to, in the tank. You don't have that other gear. I think that really collectively, this team doesn't have that. They don't have that other gear or gears, like other teams may have. So that's another thing that doesn't help. But yeah, the Pelicans, they need a win. They need a win. I just hope Willie Green, I hope he's more accountable, because it's like, dude, you cannot keep saying, Brandon, figure it out. Zion, figure it out. The rest of the team, figure it out. You can't keep doing that.
Ain't playing figure it out, huh?
It's like, dog, so what is your job description again as a head coach? You ain't helping nobody out.
To motivate, Lex.
No, he's not doing that. He's not doing that. Do you see his body language? Do you see the way he's talking? There's nothing motivating about what he's saying.
Well, if somebody keep telling me to play with joy, I eventually might start playing with violence after we lose like that.
Take that joy and shove it up, his
stuff.
stuff.
It's reverse psychology.
No, he doesn't even understand the meaning of that. But I mean, the thing is that you cannot continue to abandon your team. You're abandoning your team because you're not going out of your way to learn, get creative plays, to learn how to use your imagination. You're not doing that. You're not helping anybody. You can't just, like, think about this. If you look at Doncic, I'm gonna use different examples. Do you think Jason Kidd is just gonna tell him figure it out? All right, come here, Doncic, man. Look, this is what I'm seeing out there. What are you seeing? Okay, well, you know what? I'm seeing this. That's what Jason Kidd is gonna do. That takes your star player to a whole nother level, because you're outside looking in while your star player is inside looking in. It's great minds. Two minds are better than one. It's better than one. Stop telling them to figure it out and help your players. That's your job. That's your job as a coach. Help. Because other than that, look, you're no different than Ben Simmons. You're stealing money. I don't care how much the contract is. You're stealing. You don't deserve the paycheck that you're getting. We always talk about that with the players. It's the same thing. Stop telling them to figure it out, and you get up off your butt, go and watch some film and learn from other coaches. I've heard other coaches say, hey, I took some things from this coach. I took some things from this coach. I learned some things from this guy right here. This guy is not learning. He's not learning. And this is the stuff that I've had a problem with, like the growth part. If we expect these players to grow and develop, look at Messi. Messi is learning. He's growing. He's listening. And you're telling me that Willie can't do that? And look, they just threw Messi out there. Willie had time. Messi didn't. Griff and Bryson Graham were really, he's really saving them right now because they were desperate. They didn't have a plan. They didn't have any of that. So my thing is like, hey man, you talk about accountability with the players. It has to be all the way around. And DeJounte, he talked about that. Remember? He talked about, hey, I'm a hold the coaches accountable. I'm a hold the players accountable. I'm a hold myself accountable. He talked about that. Like this accountability thing, I feel like that word is just being thrown around and stuff. Hey man, Willie needs that junk. He needs that. Stop talking about everybody else, dude. You need to talk. You need to talk about accountability with yourself because you're not doing it. You're muted.
Thank you. Yeah, we have the standings on screen here. The Pelicans, man, are now, I hate to say it, dead last in the Southwest.
Where's Sean and Tasha at?
I'm about to get the hell out of here so we don't have to have them rub that in our face. But before we go, I don't want to leave us on a sour note. Before we go, let me go ahead on and
I was sour. I was sour, Big Q.
No, not you. Not you. I'm just saying.
Wait, hold on, family. We got reason to get excited after the Magic game.
I just wanted to play something. This is a new performance by DC.
We gonna beat him. Now come on, Q. This nigga don't even look like me.
DC,
we gonna beat him made.
Show your face. Show your face, DC.
We gonna beat him made 10 games, bro. And one more game. So you know what that means, right? We gonna make adjustments. Yeah. A change.
That boy got symbols and everything. That boy got bongos.
Will make adjustments
that
after
boy,
game 10.
Yeah, go ahead, DC. Hold on, DC. Here you go. Go ahead, DC.
He has a plan.
Oh, wow. Okay, DC,
but he only does it in 10-game increments. Willie Green. Yeah, man.
Okay.
A change is coming.
Come on. Hey, play that back. That was dope. Come on. That was good. Do it from the diaphragm, from the heart, man.
Go ahead, DC. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, I ain't got no more. Go ahead, take it over, Lex. Let him know. Speak to him.
DC a one man band, boy.
I got a high hat on there and everything.
Everybody was good, man.
Boy, got a symbol on that bitch.
Yes, look, Slim said DC.
Got percussions.
DC said, come on.
Got the snare and the tom.
Yeah, that boy got it all. And he whistling.
Man, this is beautiful, man.
With sunglasses on.
He cool. DC the truth, man. Shout out to DC, man. All right, anyway, fam. All right, appreciate y'all for being in the stream tonight.
I think you racist, you. You think anybody would
come on, DC.
Fairly lighter skinned. Well, actually, he kind of like your complexion.
No, he's not, brother. You must be colorblind.
You're not as dark as you think, bro.
All right, DC. Thank you for that.
Why are we talking about complexions here?
That's DC. DC's crazy.
Dang.
That man might be darker than you, Q.
All right, see, DC.
Hey, Stacey, I feel you.
I mean, I think that's his bicep or his bone because he ain't really got no muscle on there.
Yeah.
But his bone about the same color as your face.
DC is crazy.
Seems like they got to keep moving on with Willie, though.
You look a little darker than you, Q. I think you need some sunlight, bro. You've been in there reading too many damn books.
Yeah, sometimes
outside.
Sometimes you got to get it in, bro. You got to take some of these books outside, brother, and read them in the sun.
Well, yeah, that would. Hey, you got the answer, bro. Take your hat off too. You might not get enough sun in your face.
And I got my headset on here, man. You know.
Huh?
Anyway.
Hey, Big Q, can you cut that part where DC was singing and maybe make a separate video and post it, and so people can see?
I sure will.
I heard some riffs up in there. I'm like, okay, DC now.
He can't sing, but he can croon. He a crooner.
I don't know what that is.
Hey, he was slanting on some of them notes. I heard it.
Stacey say save a spoon.
All right, so anyway,
Spoon Man playing to bring Teaspoon back, man.
We go. Instead of teaspoon, D-spoon, DC spoon. All right, so anyway, man, listen, with that being said, we're going to get out on that,
Actually,
man.
He look more like you than me, Q.
All right, we're going to be back Friday.
That's what you look like if you shave your beard. If you shave your beard up, you look just like that. You put some glasses on.
John Legend.
You look more like you.
Come on, let's play some John Legend so you can sing, Big Q. Come on, man.
I ain't got nothing queued up. I gotta go find that. He ain't gonna do it to himself.
We're just ordinary people.
Got one song. That dude got one song, man. One damn.
Yeah, I was trying to make fun of you. I was like, man, god damn, wait, I don't know all I know is I'm ready to go, and that ain't even his song. And then he got Ordinary People. What else he got?
All his songs sound alike.
I know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what?
I like how you try to throw everybody off. You know that's your goddamn song.
The dude can write though. Have y'all seen Jingle Jangle?
No.
What's that?
Oh man, that's a
Lex is a singer. She knows all the singing movies.
That's what that is.
You are so funny.
What that is, Lex?
Hey, but for real though, like you don't see a lot of movies like that. It has Michael. Is it Michael Keegan Key or Keegan Michael Key? I always mess up on that man's name, but he's in there.
Oh, it's like it must be like a musical. That's probably why I don't be watching musicals.
I mean, it's a Christmas thing. Don't y'all got little ones?
Sit down. DC don't believe in Christmas.
They don't have a lot of as far as with us, they don't have a lot of movies like that. But that movie's tight. And the girl who played the voice of Princess and the Frog, I don't know if you heard her. That girl can blow. Okay?
I know who you're talking about.
She's in there, and golly, what is his name? He had the eye surgery. Big dude. Can't think of his name.
Forrest Whitaker?
Yes, thank you so much. He's in there too.
That's a lucky shot. Lucky guess.
Hey, you know what? You know how we work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Look, the one guy, he dark skinned, got the little eye. You know what I'm saying?
Beetlejuice?
Yeah, him. And look, we be getting them folks. We be getting them down fat.
All right, Stacey, I'm gonna pull that up.
What?
All right, we about to get on out of here. So listen, I appreciate y'all for tuning in here. We're gonna holler at y'all on the Friday stream, man. We'll open up the phone lines. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all. Much love. J Black says John Legend on Epstein flight logs. Along with Crispy Teigen. Who's Crispy Teigen? Is that Keenan? Is that the same dude? A lot of them dudes on them weird flights, bro. We know. They haven't
Trump claim he gonna release the flight log. They've been saying that shit for like 3 years though.
I mean, I thought they already released names.
They holding some.
They say names, but they ain't officially released the.
DC, quick question for you, brother. I want to ask you this, bro. You know a lot about.
I'm pretty sure I don't know the answer because it sounds like a dumbass question. But go on.
Let me ask you this: what was the inspiration for the song "Red Red Wine"?
I don't know. See, I knew it was a stupid ass question.
Okay, I just wanted to know, brother.
Dang.
I like the timing of it. I knew it was gonna be a dumbass question because
y'all see this? Your boy's on there.
No, it's name. Marley Marl made that up, man. Making Loomis name on it.
Hey, you never know.
On that goddamn, bro.
These people
trying to get Loomis out of here at any cost. Huh? You put him on the Epstein flight.
Marl made that up. It's his name.
Hey, you know what? It might be true. Hey,
I mean, he might have went with the Archdiocese, bro. Who that was? Gal paid off the Archdiocese. Him and Mickey might have went down together.
Yeah.
You never know.
Along with Diddler.
All right. You know that DC. That's DC knows Gene Deal. That's his. He knows that guy.
Yeah, I know Gene Deal. I do a podcast with him every day.
All right. So shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all for being.
Go ahead, tell him. You tell him about when you was bodyguard for Big.
Appreciate it.
Puff. I said,
you
go
enjoyed that encore by
go get in the car.
He didn't do an encore, but if you all enjoyed that song by the very own DC, who also acted in One Love, hey, press that like button.
Wait, what?
Press the like button for DC. DC talented. He brings us a lot of laughs.
You really will appreciate it.
Winning cream. Yeah, man. Has a plan.
Yeah.
All right, we out of here. We out of here, man. We're gonna holler at y'all on Friday. We'll open up the phone lines then. Much love to the fam. And go Pels. Peace.
You're listening to the Pelicans Postgame Report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. Ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumping where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, Big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly die, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop.